Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Munce Report. Well, Munce Senior's back this week after a little bit of R&R. Corey took the reins last week. He did a pretty good job. Welcome, mate. How are you? And what did you think of the apprentice's performance?
No, I thought he was quite well at it. No, he did a good job. He was pretty, I think, close to the mark with most of the assessments of the horses. So, yeah, can't knock him.
Very good. Yeah, he gets a tick for that. He's definitely, he speaks well, Corey. So definitely an asset to the stable. And speaking of assets, he added another one to the stable this week, a new purchase from the English Classic sale, a Winning Rupert colt who's out of a Hussein mare. You picked this fellow up for $50,000 in partnership with leading bloodstock agent Julian Blaxland. Talk us through your thoughts on him. What did you like about him?
Well, he's just pretty sharp. Horse, 2 yearling. He was he's not overly big, but he's not small. He's just going to fill out into a good size galloper. The Winning Ruperts are going very, very well, and the progeny of Winning Rupert. And I just felt that having the cutest there alongside his name also lent itself for him to being a bit of value up here in Queensland. I think the most sales still going to be quite strong. So he certainly, I think, fitted a nice mould for Queensland racing.
Yeah, very good. Well, Winning Rupert has made a great start to his career as a stallion, hasn't he? I think the stats read 12 two-year-old winners from his first crop. So pretty good start, as you mentioned, Cutest and also Bob. So, and I guess the other thing is the fact that breeders Grandview are staying involved. So that's obviously a tick from the breeders' point of view. They obviously liked him. Yeah,
they did. No, they were happy to retain 20% of him, and always love racing with Grandview there, and Greg DeVries. They're lovely people and they love their racing.
Yeah, very good. Well, so there are some ownership opportunities available in him. Obviously, the sale was only earlier this week. So if you do want some more information, you can email admin@munceracing.com.au. Okay, mate. Well, let's get into the preview. You've got a quality team lining up, 2 last start winners and the Inform Boom Nova running on Saturday. So Doomben opens proceedings, Valley of Dreams in a benchmark 72 handicap over the 1630 metres. She's drawn nicely in barrier 5 for Mark Duplessis and is, of course, a last start winner, stepping up in grade here.
Yeah, well, she's just going fantastic, this mare, and she looks probably as good as I've ever seen her. I mean, I've had her since she was a yearling, and she was always a bit of a light filly, a bit of a finicky eater and that sort of thing. But as she's got older and more mature, she's filled out into a really nice, strong mare. She's registered brown, but she's more like a black the way she is at the moment. She's just in a good vein of form, and I really couldn't be happier with her going to the races on Saturday.
And good to see her on the speed at the last win and in recent starts, sort of, I guess, taking that. Sometimes she's had a bit of bad luck throughout her career when she settles back and finishes off, but I guess over this trip, she can settle a bit closer, and that takes a lot of the bad luck out of the equation.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of those races are speed related. I mean, I think the filly herself has got a bit of natural speed, but there have been a number of races she's been in where they've gone ridiculously fast, and she's ran on quite well. But as I said, it's a Saturday race meeting, Metropolitan Race meeting. It'll be a good even gallop. The riders know what they're doing, and I think that she's one that probably would appreciate a little bit of a wet giving the ground. But having said that, she does handle good as well.
Okay, well, she's in form, so good luck to all the owners there from the Hancock's Bloodstock team. Good luck with her. Hopefully she can keep the winning run rolling. Boom Nova's the other runner on the program. She's found a nice class 3 over the 1110 metres. Had a freshen up since the Magic Millions and jumped out nicely last week. Unfortunately, has to overcome a wide draw here, though.
Yeah, she's not only got to overcome a wide draw, she's got to overcome being poorly handicapped for a second on Magic Million Day as well. She was penalised another 4 points, which took her rating up to 77, which I couldn't work that out. So she's got a bit to overcome. She's going very well. If Boris has any luck on her at all, I think she's certainly still going to give a good sight, because she's just she's too good of a galloper not to. So we'll be praying when the barrier's open. We'll be praying from that point on. But as I said, if Boris is lucky enough to get the right sort of run, they'll know she's there.
Okay, well, yeah, she's going well. She obviously, Corey touched on her jump out last week and mentioned that it was a pretty slick trial. What did you make of that performance?
Yeah, I was very happy with her. she settled back off the speed, which I wouldn't be averse to Boris doing on Saturday either, by the way, if that sort of eventuated. But at the end of the day, he's riding the horse. But back to that trial, I did feel it was a pretty strong trial. She needed a gallop. She hadn't done much since Magic Million Day. And that certainly has flicked the switch and sharpened her right up for Saturday.
Okay, well, exciting weekend of racing for Connections with her. And yeah, as you say, a couple of things to overcome, but hopefully if she has some luck and Boris can find a nice spot, yeah, good luck to everyone involved there. We then move over to the Gold Coast on Saturday, where another last start winner lines up here, Fastnet Jack, who's in a Class 1 plate for the boys. He broke his maiden in dominant fashion at Ipswich last start and drawn well for Michael Murphy. Looks a nice progression for him.
Yeah, it does. No, I think he's going really well, this guy. He's sort of getting about with a bit of confident swagger underneath him. He looks terrific. He's bright in his eye, and his work's been top class since Ipswich as well. So, you know, I think he's a horse that's on the improve. He's a Fastnet rock, and sometimes they take a little bit of time. And I do feel this guy will get out to a mile or perhaps even 2,000 metres at some point. He's a big, lazy, long striding type of horse, but what he has done with blinkers on is had a bit of a turn of foot. So he's drawn nicely, barrier 4. Michael knows him, so he'll know where to put him and how to ride him. And even though maiden to Class 1s, there's always, for some reason, a bit of a hurdle for some horses. He could be one horse that could handle it.
Okay, very good. Sounds like he's a horse on the up and worth following. So good luck to the O'Toole family with him. We then turn our attention to Sunday at the Sunshine Coast. You've got 2 horses resuming here in a Q-to 3-year-old maiden for the boys, Failed to Mention and Strategic Success. What are you expecting from this pair?
Look, Failed to Mention had been trialling quite well since he'd come back this time around. I thought he'd improved in his fitness and everything with the horse. So yeah, it would have been nice to draw a gate with him, and he is an emergency, so there's a chance he may not even get a run. So we'll have to just see what happens there. But I do think that he's improved. Strategic Success is a big, long striding horse. He's drawn awkwardly as well, but he'll probably still have to run just to get the show on the road and get a bit of education into him. And I think he'll be better suited at the mile, 1,400 metre a mile sort of range. But having said that, he'll 1,200, nice big track at like Caloundra, as I said before. It's a beautiful track to kick him off on. He should run a nice competitive race.
Okay, very good. Well, yeah, obviously kicking off their preparations, so see how they go and go from there. The other runner on the program is Jabali Gold, who's entered for a 0.60 Raider. He's been sort of waiting for a firmer surface, hasn't he? So he ran a nice third last start, and he gets, I guess, the conditions to sort of suit here.
He does, and Georgina Cartwright knows him very well and rides him very well. So they're a good combination. We're back to 1,200 metres. But I don't think that's a negative, given that he hasn't run for quite some time. He's had a couple of nice gallops in the last 2 weeks. And, he seems to be a horse that I think he's working well enough in a race like this, to be competitive.
Okay, very good. Well, another one for the Hancock's Bloodstock team there. So good luck with those 2 runners over the weekend. And that's the wrap of the runners, mate. So sounds like a couple of good chances, particularly on the Saturday. So good luck to everyone over the weekend.
Good on you, Adam. Thanks, mate.